Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. Joe Klemczewski and Adam Atkinson, episode 3 in our series on aggressive peaking. And just this term aggressive makes me think of Cliff Wilson for a couple reasons. First, I have never met him, and I'm going to be interviewing him for my Origin Stories podcast in the next couple weeks. So we've been messaging back and forth. So I'm looking forward to finally getting to know him a little bit better. But back in the day, when I was primarily known for creating what people today call a front load, it was really more of an undulating load. I was just trying to find that glycogen ceiling at the beginning of the week, get rid of the old school depletion, and then build. It was kind of the preset to what we do now with progressive linear loading. Well, along came Cliff and just kind of renamed the traditional way of peaking as a rapid backload, maybe without as much depletion. And he's way more sophisticated than just that. He uses a lot of different tools for his clients. But he is definitely known for a rapid backload. And I mean, thousands of grams of carbs and so forth at that end. And I'm wondering if in your toolbox, Adam, if you ever go to that degree where, as we mentioned in an earlier session, a progressive linear load just because of necessity turns into a rapid backload, or if you have experience with a certain client and you just know that that's a good approach of super aggression for their peak.
Only in cases of a weigh-in opportunity, we might have to, rapidly backload if they're really trying to make a weight class or something like that. I find that I'm not missing the mark that much, but that's no shade on Cliff's approach. I think he's mastered that very well for him. And his theory behind it's really good on depleting glycogen and first, and being very insulin sensitive before you add in all those carbs. It makes a lot of sense. I just don't see an application for me using it much because a lot of my clients are reversing into the show. So we're kind of losing some sensitivity there. So if we just rapidly go in, we already have some glucose stored in the muscle tissue. So for me, it wouldn't make sense to go down to create that environment and then back up. But I think a very intelligent approach and a very intelligent individual. And I have used it when my back's up against the wall on, somebody 4 weeks out. I know they're really going to have to grind to make weight. And I know he's had a problem with his coaching because I've met him and me and him have talked. Some of his clients are upset if they don't get a rapid backload because they want to use that approach of peaking. But he's very customized like us, where it really depends on the individual. So I'm not sure how often he uses it, but he created that. It's pretty neat.
Well, I do think, like you described, it is a gamble. It is a risk. And if you use that as just a turnkey approach for everybody, it's just not going to work. It's going to destroy some people. And some of the people that he has worked with that I personally know, and so I watched some of their processes, I've seen it just not work. I've seen them be a little spilled over or still be flat because they were still depleted. So the reason you and I evolved out of that is for that better, more manageable control. We just know it's almost impossible to screw that up. It's a matter of just fine tuning toward the end, but it's still attractive. Like you said, his own clients, if they don't get that particular approach, some of them are pissed because it's like they just want that gamble. They want to throw that Hail Mary pass, catch it in the end zone and think that they've got that once in a lifetime peak. And I do believe, like you said, you have to really be depleted, and then you have to really be able to absorb the amount of carbs you are prescribed. And then the timing just has to be perfect. And so there is a sense, there is a play that could be made for it, but it's a gamble.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I'll say too, his people just come in incredibly shredded too. So I think there is a little bit less room for error once you're that lean too. So I do think for how his people come in, and I do feel like natural bodybuilding favors conditioning over just anything. So I do think that, when you're in the OCB and the INBF, maybe, dare I say, federation type might matter a little bit too, where that approach actually might work a little bit better for those body types. But you're right, it is a gamble. So
You made the perfect end call there, which is you have to be shredded. Like you just have to be so ready, so lean that you can risk any type of slight spillover just in case. And so that's another context where it just may work. You have a super fast metabolism, you're early, you're depleted, and now it's time to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at it.
yep.
All right, guys, stay tuned. We got a couple more to wrap up this series. We're going to talk about how to manage this, how to make these decisions, and then how to be super aggressive if necessary on contest day. We'll see you next time in Contest Prep University.